Hi, this is John Sicari from BigFatPanda.com. And when I'm not bringing you closer to the Disney parks, in PandaVision, I'm listening to Disney Parks Podcast.
Welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast with your hosts, Tony Casanova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com and Parkhopper John from WDWParkhoppers.com. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast at all times. And get ready for the Disney Parks Podcast.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast. My name is Parkhopper John, and I come to you from www.parkhoppers.com. Joining me, as always, is a lovely and talented Mr. Tony Casanova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com. How you doing tonight, pal?
Ding, ding, round three.
Round three. So, for those of you who weren't listening or paying attention earlier, we've had to move everything over to YouTube because we spent the first 45 minutes trying to get everything squared away. On Blab, and I think that's going to sign the death knell for us using Blab. I think they've written their own death certificate today. I think so, and I hate that, but
well, once they clean it all up, maybe we'll go back.
Maybe we will.
Who knows? Yep.
Probably won't, but maybe we will.
You never know. They'll probably go to a paid format, and we won't be there. Listen, if this show is being sponsored by our great friends at Theme Park Concierges, they are professional VIP concierge. And if you are looking to take the burden off yourself, the planner of your group, and you're looking for somebody else to do that job for you, Theme Park Concierges are the experts, professionals that can do this job for you. They'll make your fast passes and your dining and tell you where to stand, and they'll get you coffee, and they'll do all those little things in the park that you don't want to do. They'll take you and your whole family around any of the parks here in Central Florida, which includes Walt Disney World, SeaWorld, Universal, Busch Gardens, and the Space Coast. They do it at a great rate. If you want to go see everything they can do, go visit them at themeparkconcierge.com. You can call them at 407-257-9973 or go visit them on Facebook at facebook.com/Ramon VIP Concierge. Tell them the Disney Parks Podcast sent you, and they will take 10% off your bill. They are great people, very professional, and they will take care of you and your family, and you will have a great time and a vacation to remember. All right. Another thing we mentioned, I think 2 weeks ago now, is we have an exclusive shirt club that we are now letting the Disney Parks Podcast family into. It's kind of started for our Disney by the Numbers family, and now we're letting the Disney Parks Podcast family into this. We have each month a one-of-a-kind Disney-themed T-shirt. It goes on sale for the first 10 days of the month, and then they are delivered to you at the end of the month. They are way cheaper than a Disney shirt. They are only $13 for regulars and $16 for extended sizes. And its shipping is only $5 for anywhere in the U.S. And it's a great shirt, a great deal. We've put out a lot of really awesome shirts. The fan favorites are always the Halloween and Christmas shirts. So if you want to sign up, go to DisneyByTheNumbers.com. On the left-hand side, you'll see a link to sign up for the T-shirt club, and go check them out over there.
Yep, and we're very excited because the last little bit of housekeeping we want to share with you is on May 14th. It's our big kite event. Let's go fly a kite, and you're going to get a free kite. Our good friends over at X Kites have graciously given us a plethora, a veritable smorgasbord, dare I say a kite cornucopia.
9 boxes of kites.
9 boxes of kites, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. And there's several kites to a box. And we are going to have this event on May 19th, which is a Saturday, from 3 until 6 or whenever we feel like going home. We're going to be located at 1050 Celebration Avenue. That's in Celebration, Florida, 34747. You can click the link in the show notes. You can find it on our event section on our Facebook page, and you'll be able to come fly a kite with all of us. And we've actually partnered with some other friends of ours in the blogosphere. So we're going to have them there as well. That's going to be a lot of fun. We hope to see you there May 14th to go fly a kite. And, we're going to wind up singing a bunch of Mary Poppins tunes. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we got a lot of kites. We got Marvel kites. We got Disney kites. We got Star Wars kites. We got lots of different kites. We got small kites, medium kites, large kites. We got a whole bunch of kites. And again, I got a call from Anna. They're really excited over at X Kites. So I think this will be a lot of fun. And we really have to come out and do it. The last piece of housekeeping before we move on is we are now on Google Play. So if you have an Android device and you would like to subscribe to our show, go to the Google Play Store, search for the Disney Parks Podcast. You can subscribe there, and then we will show up every time we post a new show. We will show up in your little podcast feed for that. I don't have an Android device, otherwise I would test it out myself. But I'm sure some of our fans will tell us if, how that's working for them. And if you can, share the podcast too. Share with some friends and family and coworkers and say, hey, listen, check this out. You may like it. So that also helps spread the love, as we'd like to say.
Right. Like, share, and subscribe is
That's right.
the things that we would ask of you to do. And we appreciate you guys being a part of it. So that's all good. I'm excited to finally get that Google Play thing squared away. So that's pretty awesome. So I think that's all the housekeeping we have on the front end. Tony, I think it's time for us to get into the news. Awesome. We're getting better at that. I really think so. So Marvel and Maker Studios have teamed together and announced their very first co-produced original series, Marvel's Off the Rack, which is available now at go90.com, which is a social entertainment platform built for the mobile first generation. This 12-episode show will air weekly through the end of June. Disney, Maker Studios, and Marvel have come together for this project to collaborate on the individual strengths of each of its lines of business. And the series demonstrates the possibilities of what you can do when you work together. Now, the goal in producing this series for Maker Studios and Marvel was to not only celebrate the fandom and rich history and storytelling within the Marvel Universe, but also to expose a brand new generation of fans to comic books. Now, when we initially found this and we started looking at it, the idea was very exciting, and it's going to be the very first digital first perspective. So Disney and Marvel and those guys thought that would better tell those stories than. Now, the goal in producing the series for Maker Studios and Marvel was to not only celebrate the fandom and rich history of the storytelling within the Marvel Universe, but to also expose a whole new generation to comic books. Now, when they initially examined the idea from a digital first perspective, they thought, who better to tell the stories than fans? And what they found was a very rich assortment of people from all walks of life who have long been fans. Now, at Maker Studios, one of the things that they focus on when it comes to reaching their key audience is delivering content in a way they consume it. Now, we know that today's consumers like options and that they like to consume content wherever they are. So having the ability to share this kind of premium programming with them via Go90 is fantastic. And Disney and Marvel are very excited for everyone to check it out at the Go90 app. That's cool. I'm a comic dude. I love it.
Yeah. So is this a platform that Marvel created or Disney created?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just an app, kind of like like Blab. It was just an app that was created, a platform for social media, and I think that Marvel and Maker and Disney have collaborated to create this content just for this. Kind of like YouTube. YouTube's the same concept.
Yeah. Okay. It just sounded like they were creating their own social media platform, and it was like they're going to get crushed like a bug.
Yeah, no. What it is it's videos of Marvel comic books and introducing people to the Marvel brand. Like, people don't know the Marvel brand, but apparently some people don't. So hey, Thor, he was a comic book character, right?
There may be 1 or 3 people on the earth that don't.
There might be in Far East Russia who don't know of the Marvel brand, but you know what? Hey, they can buy comic books too.
That's right. All right. So our friends over at Shanghai Disney, and it was interesting that I found this story this week because I was talking to one of the ambassadors and was asking her specifically this question. So Shanghai Disney announced 3 honorary ambassadors. Shanghai Disney Resort announced Sun Li, Lang Lang, and Yo Ming as the Shanghai Disney Resort's honorary ambassadors. And they joined hands to start the countdown of 80 days to meet the grand opening of China's mainland first Disney resort. The 3 honorary ambassadors will be at home and abroad, have extensive visibility. They will participate in Shanghai Disney Resort series of promotional activities before the opening on June 16th. I'm sure they will be very busy promoting this. And really, is there a person on this earth that doesn't know this park is opening? Right? I mean, come on.
Those same 3 people that don't know anything about Marvel.
Exactly. Go find them. Shanghai Disney Resort General Manager Mr. Gu Wencheng announced that Sun Li, Lang Lang, and Yao Ming became the Shanghai Disney Resort's honorary ambassadors. They also announced a storyteller sculpture prototype for Mr. Disney, the founder of Walt Disney, and a Mickey statue will also become an important part and symbol of the Shanghai Disneyland Resort. So I guess they're going to put up another statue in the park. And listen, I think they should all have a statue to the guy that created it all. Right?
Yeah, they have their own spin on the partner statue.
Sure.
And to some degree, I think that's great. To another degree, it's like, what's wrong with the partner statue the what is the one in California Adventure with Walt and Mickey?
That may be the storyteller one.
That may be.
I think that's,
so that would be cool.
That's what it's called. I think that's what California Adventure one's called, the storyteller.
I'd be very excited about that. I don't want to get too far away from some tradition. I know that it's a different theme park altogether, but that's my preference. But yeah, that's great. Anything that honors Walt Disney, sign me up.
Yeah, I agree. And if you're going to Shanghai, you're not going to need a magic band because everything will be on your little phone. But if you're still stuck here in Walt Disney World and Florida, and you want to, let's say, accessorize your magic band with a little bedazzling, go check out magicyourbands.com. You can do that by going to the Disney Parks podcast website and then click on the link that says Magic Your Bands. They have over 100 different designs, or you could upload your own picture and customize it with your name, your anniversary, your birthday, whatever you want. If you're coming down for a reunion or celebrating a big anniversary for mom and dad, get everybody a magic band sticker there, and then everybody will look the same, and it'll be one giant big party. Go there, put in the coupon code Disney Parks Podcast, and you will save 10% at checkout.
And I just saw their Haunted Mansion band the other day.
Yes.
Oh my God!
It glows in the dark.
I want tons of those. I gotta get an order in pretty soon.
Yeah, maybe we'll have a Halloween meetup, and I'll get Matt and Tracy to send us some of those.
I like the way you think, my friend. Hey, it's not just summer here. It's also summer at Tokyo Disney Resort. Tokyo Disney Resort will offer special programs at the Tokyo Disneyland Park and Tokyo Disney Sea, my next bucket list park, and the Disney hotels, and much more during their summer season. To mark the 15th anniversary of Tokyo Disney Sea this year, 15 years, holy crap,
I know.
A brand new musical show, Out of Shadowland, will premiere in Lost River Delta, and both parks will offer summertime special events with entertainment that features lots of splashing water so that guests can have a cool, fun-filled time. In conjunction with the Tokyo Disney Sea anniversary, a brand new musical show, Out of Shadowland, will premiere on July 9th at the Hangar Stage in Lost River Delta. Through colorful images, dynamic scenes, and powerful live performances, guests will experience a whole wide world unlike any seen before. Guests can also enjoy the Tokyo Disney Sea special event, Disney Summer Festival, with its Latin excitement and motifs of tropical fruit. because that's what I think of when I think of Latin. Presented at the Mediterranean Harbor. Well, that makes more sense. Presented at the Mediterranean Harbor again this year is Minnie's Tropical Splash, with Minnie Mouse, Daisy Duck, and Clarice the cow wearing new costumes. They're joined by Jose Carioca and Panchito in this celebration of bountiful harvest of fruit. Vivid colors and juicy fruit motifs can be found on the park merchandise, menus, and decorations, making this tropical summer festival even more exciting. Also, Tokyo Disney Sea. I don't know why this is cracking me up. Also at Tokyo Disney Sea, guests will find artwork created by Gelatoni, a friend of Duffy and Disney Bear, in the Palazzo Canals area of the Mediterranean Harbor. And from July 1st on, new merchandise featuring Duffy and all his friends will go on sale, as well as new food items featuring Gelatoni. The Tokyo Disneyland special event, Disney Natsu Matsuri, gives the traditional Japanese festival a unique Disney touch. In the show, Seryu Kabu, please forgive me for misspelling that or misspeaking that, presented in front of Cinderella Castle, the Disney friends perform as one dance team, unlike in previous years when they competed in teams. They are divided into 4 groups, each with a different theme: Sai, color; Ryo, coolness; Hana, flower; and Yubu, heroic dance. Wearing new costumes, they come together to dance to new music. As water sprays out from the floats, guests can join in the dancing and enjoy this exhilarating and refreshing summer festival. Merchandise, decorations, and menu items in the park will feature summer designs that enhance the festival atmosphere.
They got a lot going on over there.
They got a lot of water splashing going on over there. Yeah. They must dig getting wet all the time.
Well, it's hot in Tokyo during summer, so.
It's hot over here. You don't see floats splashing people with water. Just saying, something strange about all that.
Well, that's because it's raining usually in June. Mother Nature's doing the splashing.
Good point. Hadn't thought about that. Not thought about that. Yep. So that's pretty exciting. And I'll tell you what else is exciting is our friends from Patreon. We have a page over at patreon.com/Disney Parks Podcast that allows you to help support the show. Now, we do have some sponsors, but they don't cover the mass amount of funds that it takes to do hosting and that kind of thing. And we've got some really cool ideas that's going to need some help. So we've reached out and started a Patreon page. And that's where you guys, if you love the show and want to help support the show, we would sincerely appreciate any funds that you want to give, from $1 all the way up to as much as you would like. We have great rewards set up so that you are getting something for helping us out. Not only are you keeping the show on the air, or you're keeping it free, we're also giving you some really cool Disney Parks podcast and Disney Parks swag. So we're very excited about the rewards we put together. And we definitely have to thank our current contributors, David Maruka, Stacy Miller, and Willie Walter. Thank you guys so much. We look forward to seeing everybody over at patreon.com/Disney Parks Podcast. And we appreciate all the support that you continually give us.
Very good. Thank you all. I thought I'd do a little recap. Maybe we didn't do it so well on the previous 2 shows, but I thought I want to kind of summarize all the things that are happening at the Animal Kingdom, because maybe we didn't do such a good job. We were in a pretty frenzy trying to explain all the things that were going on.
And we hadn't been there. We hadn't been to the Animal Kingdom yet when we recorded, so we didn't know half of what we knew.
So here's the things that are coming to the Animal Kingdom this summer. And listen, it's not my favorite park on the planet. I'm just going to say that. But I think with some of these things happening at night, it may give me a reason to go there at night and not during the sweltering heat of the summer day. So I think that's what they're shooting for me. They're trying to get me to come to the park, and I think this is a good way to do it. So first up is the Tree of Life Awakens, and John, you saw more of this than I did, I think. And what this is the whole Tree of Life really comes to life. And what I've been told too is this will at night be randomish, depending on they're saying the tree is always awake. And whatever spirit animal takes over the tree, that will be the the animal that you'll see. So this is an awakening that'll happen in the evenings. The animal spirits are brought to life by magical fireflies that reveal colorful stories of wonder and enchantment. High-tech projections of nature scenes take on a magical quality as they appear dramatically emanate from within the tree life. And it's a pretty spectacular show. It's not very long, but it's worth seeing. I think what they're going for is periodically throughout the night, there'll be like a 5 or 10 minute little vignette that they play throughout the park. And I love the projection show at the Magic Kingdom. Love it, love it, love it. And the main reason why I love it is because they always have a little waltz section. The Tree of Life show is different, and they've got better technology. And when you illuminate the creatures on the Tree of Life, that they're in 3 dimensions, so you can see that they're in 3 dimensions. But the thing is those animals, one of those animals will usually come to life and walk around the tree and tell a little story. The 3-dimension aspect of the projection was unbelievable. I mean, incredibly unbelievable. My jaw dropped, and that takes a lot for me to be that amazed. Yeah. So this is something that I think is going to happen periodically. And we noticed that there was like this horn sound, and then a couple seconds later, everything happened. So probably be walking around, not paying attention, and they're and then the lights will go dim, and then they'll do the show, and the lights come up, and that's it. Yeah. And that answered the one question that we had that night. There's no way they're going to get a ton of people in that small area, right? Like they do at the Castle Show, and they've got thousands of people all the way up Main Street. Yeah. So that answer that question makes much more sense. So I'm much more excited about that. And it may be almost like Hollywood Studios and the Castle. It may be a little bit. I think the interesting viewing area may be from the bridge, a little further back, where you can take in the whole aspect of what's happening. I agree. And it may be a little bit less crowded back there too, if you got some crowd phobias. And a better breeze. And a better breeze. Right. The next thing up is the Kilimanjaro Safaris at dark. Now we went on this, and I was a little on the disappointed side. And here are the reasons why. I think the aspect of this show is good. This attraction is good. But some lights were so obvious. I mean, that you can see they stuck a new telephone pole and put these high-powered lights on them that, I expect them to be more hidden-ish than they were. That was the point that was a little disappointing. Now, here's the other thing, too. If you like this, because during the day you get great pictures of animals, at night it is very difficult. 1, it's dark. 2, you're going to have to open up your camera lens to get, bring in more light. Well, you can't do that. You're on a moving vehicle. I think to capture those pictures at night may be a little bit more challenging. The animals that are out there are the nocturnal animals. You're not going to see the giraffes and, the animals that are out. Well, some of the giraffes were out. You're not going to see a lot of the day animals because they're going to be sleeping, and the nocturnal animals will be out. Those are the ones they're really shooting for, I think. So it's not there are different groups of animals from what we know, right? I still think they can do some improvement on the lighting to make this a little bit better. That's my only thing. I think the most stunning thing for me was the way that they depicted the sunset. I had no idea that was coming. Like you rounded a corner and boom, there's a sunset. Literally, there's a sunset. The lighting thing, that looked good. Yeah, that looked good. Yeah, and they had, I distinctly saw birds flying. I don't want to give too much of the magic away, but you can see birds flying. You can see the sunset perpetually. And the lighting thing was a bit annoying, only if you came around a turn and one of the lights was facing you. You have to suspend your disbelief a little bit. There's no way they're going to light all that much space and you not be able to see the light. For what it is, it's all good. Listen, you're in the park and it's at night, so take that for what it's worth. And it's cool. The thing they dropped on us last minute as we're leaving this preview for Rivers of Light is there's going to be a new show coming this summer. It's called The Jungle Book Alive with Magic. And for the summer, the Discovery River will become the stage for music and pageantry in a limited time engagement show inspired by the Disney's hit action film, The Jungle Book. And The Jungle Book Alive with Magic is a live show filled with music and special effects that will celebrate the new film and the classic songs infused with an Indian influence. Now, we both saw the movie and both liked the movie, so I'm almost now interested to see what they're going to do with the show. Are they going to do it out on the water and then fill the stadium again?
Yeah, great question. I don't think they're going to be able to fill the stadium up. I think they're going to either have floating boats that they tell the story on, or I don't know. I'm interested to see how they pull that trick off. I think they're going to float stuff out there that be on barges and try to tell the story or something. I was intrigued by it. I was a little annoyed that it was just like, hey, you don't get this, but we're going to give you this. Bait and switch, Yeah. But I think it has the possibility of being really cool. The little itty bitty bit, we're going to talk about it here in just a second. The little itty bitty bit of the Rivers of Life that we saw was pretty great. If they can adopt that kind of creativity to this whole thing with the Jungle Book, I'm hoping for the best. I'm expecting not so great, but I'm hoping for the best, and we'll see what happens.
Now, there is also two things that are like the party aspect. I know you remember like Harambe Nights. Well, they're having something called Harambe Wildlife Party. This will be when the sun sets. The popular village of Harambe will become a hotspot with the new Harambe Wildlife Party, and they're spelling it P-A-R-T-I. So the party animals, I'm using my air quotes, can dance alongside a variety of entertainers and local street musicians and enjoy the lively rhythms of the African music. Guests can also partake in exotic foods and libations and explore the diverse wares of the village artisans and merchants in the vibrant marketplace. They're having a party in the Harambe village. That's basically what that's going to come down to, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we got.
Yeah, we got it full in effect. A lot going on. The centralized music was a little loud for me, but there's no background music for me ever. The guys going around playing the different musical instruments was really cool. The music they were playing was infectious. We can't necessarily judge the food because we were there for a special event, but I'm sure several of those food items will be in those markets out there. Yeah. And plus, the Harambe marketplace also has that, food court area. I'm sure that's going to be where all that's going to be located. Right. And hey, you know what? Anything to keep that park alive and that type of thing, the Harambe Wildlife Party or the Discovery Island Carnival, that type of thing would make me want to, we've got some time and we want to do something a little different. Hey, let's go over to Animal Kingdom and go check out the Harambe Party thing for a little while. Let's go do that because, we're just going to want to go up to the top of the restaurant.
Top of the world?
No, what's the buffet at Harambe?
Tusker?
We're going to just want to go up to the top of Tusker House and sit on the patio and just drink and watch people and hang out and just make fun of Pandora. Yeah. At least that's what I'm going to do. I don't know what you're going to do, but I would be into doing it. It'll be fun. My wife will love it, especially with the Tree of Life and all that stuff. Yeah, it's a draw for me.
And then if that party's not enough, there'll be the Discovery Island Carnival. This will be the spirited community of the Discovery Island has come together to celebrate their love of the natural world with the Discovery Island Carnival. This nightly experience will captivate guests with lively music, jubilant dance, vibrant costumes, still walkers, tasty culinations, winding one end to the island to the other. So I think they're taking that Harambe thing and putting it front and center on Discovery Island. And if you don't get it back there, you'll get it in the front of the park. So another interesting aspect that they're putting out there.
Yeah, they have to put something out there because A, they don't have Pandora, and B, you're not going to be able to do some of the really cool things because it's nighttime. Yes, you might be able to.
Well, we'll get to those things. The other addition is going to be the Tiffin's, the signature restaurant, and nothing tells a good time like a good restaurant. So let's keep our fingers crossed. In addition to the diverse new entertainment offering, guests will enjoy Disney's Animal Kingdom new signature eatery. I hope it's coming this summer. Tiffin's will open for both lunch and dinner, and I think that's awesome. This new signature dining experience will celebrate the art of traveling, include waterfront views from both the indoor and outdoor seating. And tiffin is the Indian English word meaning midday meal or type of container used to carry food while traveling. So who would have thunk?
Crazy, right? English. Yeah. What a language.
It's crazy. Now, the other part is there'll be a lot of these attractions open at night. We experienced one of them, Expedition Everest. I always think that's actually better to ride at night than it is during the day. I think it's a lot more fun. I think some of the aspects of that you can't see in the dark, which makes it more fun. There are no lights. They're not lighting up the track, so you are doing it at night. So at sundown, Cali River Rapids will reveal mysterious twists and turns throughout the rainforest with dramatic and drenching fun. Maybe they're going to put some interesting things on Cali River to make it more interesting. As we mentioned, Expedition Everest will also be run. And what else they got? Oh, Dinorama and Dinoland and Primeval World will also be operational. So they're not shutting everything down. There will be some attractions open at night.
And the funny thing about this is I've never ridden Cali Rapids in the daytime.
I've never been on it either.
I've been on it.
I have this fear of being soaked.
Yeah, you do get wet. But when they used to do the Expedition Everest 5K challenge and scavenger hunt, we rode it every time because we were hot and sweaty. We wanted to cool down. And that was a great ride. It's a great ride at night. Politics aside, because you have to take the politics aside for me because it drives me crazy. But it's a great ride. You're going to get wet. It might get a little chilly, in the times when it's, not 90 degrees out. Expedition Everest at night is God's honest best ride because you're in the dark for most of that ride. And it's,
you're backwards.
Yeah. You're inside anyway. But the thing is when you're in the daytime, even when you're in the inside, light seeps in from different places. But at night, you're completely in the dark for a good chunk. Even when you're outside, you're in the dark. It's just awesome. And it's faster at night. Yes. The track cools down and it seems to go faster.
Metal shrinks up.
All of these attractions are much better. Animal Kingdom needed to have been a nighttime park from the beginning because at night, just like all the other parks, it takes on a different feel. And when I think of Africa, or when I think of wanting to go on a safari, or when I think of going to one of these countries, yes, there is the daytime part of it, but I think about, being on the African plain at night and you don't know what's out there. And there's that mystery and there's that, a little bit of danger. But
some animal might eat you.
Yeah. So I think that this will bring another level of enjoyment to the people. And then, when then all the stuff lights up and you return back to Disney, it's all fun.
Someone was telling me as a local, just wear your bathing suit to Animal Kingdom, ride Cali River, in your bathing suit, you'll get soaking wet, and then just get in your car and bring a towel, dry off, and go home. Maybe I should try that one summer day. Just go there early in the morning, put my bathing suit on, just get soaking wet, and just get my car and go home.
Yeah, if you don't mind walking from the back of the park to the front of the park soaking wet.
Soaking wet, yeah, exactly. Okay, hey, the e-ticket, the piece de resistance, the cake topper to this entire nighttime experience is really going to be the Rivers of Light show. I think this is going to be the thing that really draws people to this park at night. It's really going to be the reason people go there. They have two big seating areas for this experience, which I think are going to fill up pretty quickly. It'll be interesting to see how they get people in and out, how they're going to dump one show and then fill for another show behind it. That process will be interesting. It's a kind of little narrow area back there. We'll have to see what happens. But just to give you an idea what the Rivers of Light show is, this will be the nighttime. The nighttime will grow even more magical with the premiere of the majestic nighttime jewel, Rivers of Light. And this illuminating musical experience currently in development, a premiere date to be announced soon. Now they're saying May. We hope. We'll celebrate the magic of animals, humans, and the nature world with a blend of performers, floating lanterns, theatrical, animal imagery. The Disney creative team collaborated with award-winning filmmakers at Disney Nature to bring the never-before-seen footage, telling dramatic and compelling stories from the animal world to the show. And we saw some interesting things on our little experience. On the natural stage of Discovery River, guests will marvel as the timeless customs come to life before their eyes in a stirring performance. The ceremony will begin with the arrival of a pair of mystical hosts, two complementary forces who come to the river bearing gifts of light. They set out from the shores on an elaborate lantern vessels, engaging in a dramatic dance of water and light to summon the animal spirits. With these storytellers as our guides, the wonders of Rivers of Light unfold, building to a magical finale with a burst of lights as animals' images soar to the heavens, signifying the ancient belief that when animals pass from one world to another, they danced in the sky and became beautiful rivers of light. So there you go. That's the story, and they're sticking to it.
Yep, they're going to run with that idea. And the funniest thing to me was the storytellers came out for our little media preview, and I mean they are decked out, face paint, and amazing costumes, and it's like they came out for like 5 minutes. It's like hello, time to go back. I'm like, all that for 5 minutes. Good on it. But
and that's probably their whole experience in the show, too. I mean, I imagine they're going to get on their vessels and then sail off, and it'll be only 5-10 minutes of all that costuming and makeup as well. So
yeah, probably. But
it'll be fun to see it drip off their face in the summer sweltering steaminess of Florida weather.
Yeah. Welcome to Florida. Melting your face off, literally. Mommy, why is his face melting off?
Nothing.
Don't look, honey. It's an evil clown. The music, I can already tell that that's going to become one of my favorite shows musically, because the music was so incredible. And I felt it sitting there going, just, man, this is good. You know, kind of like the first time, and it probably because it was new, but the first time watching Illuminations, just that music still. And I know we rag on it a lot because it needs a refurb, but it was just nice. It was really good. So yeah, there's some exciting stuff coming to Animal Kingdom, making it Tony's fourth favorite park. Going up. It's going up on the list. Fourth favorite.
Hey, it's still going to be my fourth, because I think what they're going to do with the Star Wars show that they're going to do at night, they're going to have a tough time breaking me from that to go see the Rivers of Light, I think.
Fair enough.
You know, there's interesting things happening this summer. I mean, that Star Wars Spectacular, Galactic, whatever they're going to call it, is happening this summer too. So it's going to be, you know, people coming during this summer are going to have a tough time figuring out what to do at night. Do I do Wishes? Do I do Illuminations? Do I do the Star Wars Galactic thing? Or do I do Rivers of Light? Now they're going to have 4 choices each night. I think it's going to be for an interesting summer.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Disney wanted. So that's
Cha-ching.
good. Cha-ching. Yeah, cha-ching. So we had a contest last week. Yeah, exactly. So we had a contest last week, buddy. Did we have a winner?
Yep, we have a winner. It's a winner. It's our dear friend Linda. Linda, don't send me your address. I know where you live. I'll come and hunt you down. And so that's it. We have a winner. Linda won. So let's do another one this week.
Wait. What was the answer to the question?
It was 90 acres of the Utilidors. So it was how many acres is the Utilidors? And it's 90 acres. Let's do a Animal Kingdom question, just because we're on the subject.
Joe Rohde.
Correct.
Awesome.
If you could tell me the brand of earring he wears.
Large. Hey, while he's looking that up, I got to meet Joe and I know a lot of people have met him before, but I've never met Joe Rohde, so I got to check that off my bucket list. Dude, if you're just around Joe for like 5 seconds, his passion for life is ridiculously infectious. It was just a wonderful time. He was so gracious. He needed a cheeseburger. I think that he's a little too skinny, but it was so nice. He posed for pictures. I followed up, and I keep threatening that I was going to do it, and I did it. I walked up, and I was very polite, and I said, thank you for what you've done. Thank you for all, here in Aulani and Animal Kingdom Lodge and all the stuff that you've worked on. I am a little concerned, though, about the Yeti inside of Expedition Everest. And he's like, oh, I know. I work on that every day. And I'm like, brother, you need to step it up, bro. It's been a few years.
Your work seems to be futile because nothing's happening in there.
Yeah, Joe, anybody can plug in a strobe light and put a fan on. Anybody can do that, but you're Joe freaking Rohde.
Yeah, if it was in a private place, there were less people, I wonder if he would have told us the real story.
No, probably not. Come
on, just whisper into my ear, Joe. Tell me, okay? I won't tell anybody. All right, let's go to this week's question. You ready?
Yep.
This is Expedition Everest. Let's head over there. If you can tell me how many tons of steel was used to create Expedition Everest, we will send you a prize. I will post it in the blog. This is question number 4. Question number 4. Tell us how many tons of steel was used to build Expedition Everest. And I will tell you this. It is 6 times more steel than to build the average size office building.
Because they had to do 3 basic. You had to hold the mountain, you had to build the roller coaster, and you had to hold the Yeti. Right.
It's a lot. It's a lot to steal.
Hey, guys, we have a new princess coming to Disney Parks. Disney Parks will welcome its first princess inspired by the diverse Latin culture. Princess Elena of Avalor will be appearing at Disney World Resort here at Walt Disney World, this summer, and at Disneyland Resort in the fall, which makes no sense to me. Following her television debut in a new animated series this summer on Disney Channel, kids and families worldwide will be enchanted by the story of Princess Elena, a bold, caring, yet funny and clever 16-year-old who is ascendant to the throne in the fairy tale kingdom of Avalor. The series follows the story of Elena, who saves her kingdom from an evil sorceress and must learn to rule with the support of her appointed guard council and some magical friends by her side. Elena's adventure will lead her to understand that her new role requires thoughtfulness, resilience, and compassion, the traits of all truly great leaders, while highlighting the importance of family and family traditions. The inspiring story of Elena of Avalor will be shared in 33 languages in 163 countries on Disney channels worldwide, and Disney Parks, where universally, I've got your problem now, and Disney Parks, where universally enchanting stories come to life every day, will be the place where families can see Disney's newest princess in person. At Walt Disney World Resort, Elena will appear in the Magic Kingdom. At Disneyland Resort, she will appear at Disney California Adventure. The Disney princesses at Walt Disney World Resort will welcome Elena in August. Her Disneyland arrival date will be announced in the near future. So I guess we're going to get a processional thing like we did for Brave.
You can't just make yourself a princess. You have to come from royalty in order to be a princess. Like Cinderella had Prince Charming. And, so you had to have, where's her, why is she a princess? How did she become a princess? Do we not,
You'll have to watch the TV show, brother.
Now I got to watch the show, because you just can't call her a princess if she doesn't have any princess.
I'm sure that she does, buddy.
All right. We'll see.
Two can play that game.
All right. Talking about princesses, one is a little chilly, one is not. We're talking about Frozen, and it wouldn't be a show if we don't say the word Frozen. Actually, you went to this little preview-ish. No, I can't say it. They showed you the concept art for this.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, I saw pictures. I didn't get the behind the scenes pass. Long story, but but I got to go see pictures of Norway, and I got to see Anna and Elsa close up. So yeah.
So coming this summer, for the first time
in forever, we're using that.
Every Frozen story now starts with that.
Oh, shoot!
Have you noticed that?
Fracking head. Yeah. Oh, I noticed.
Guests can explore the Kingdom of Arendelle when Frozen Ever After opens in the Norway Pavilion the summer of 2016. This family-friendly adventure picks up after the events in the blockbuster hit Frozen and celebrates a summer snow day. A stone archway entrance greets guests to the Kingdom of Arendelle. Queen Elsa, Princess Anna, Kristoff, Olaf, Trolls, and Marshmallow join them on their boat journey through the frozen willow forest, past Troll Valley, and up to the North Mountain to Elsa's Ice Palace. Do we get to stay there?
That'd be nice.
The ice castle? The ice castle?
Yeah, play hockey.
After disembarking, guests can meet the Regal sisters in their cozy royal summer house inspired by a cabin in the countryside of Norway. The sisters have opened the summer for visitors. Now, here are some fun facts about this little attraction. First up, Frozen Ever After is the first Frozen-themed attraction, and I'm sure not the last. The Royal Summer House is Elsa and Anna's permanent meet and greet at Disney parks. So that means they're going to leave the Magic Kingdom. Well, I think Cinderella's Snow White is going. Guests can witness Elsa's ice magic on Frozen Ever After. That'll be interesting. The composers, Bobby Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez, created new lyrics to the cherished Frozen film songs.
I'm sure people are going to lose their minds over that.
That's not the song in the movie!
That's what the song goes.
All of the original voice talent from the film returned and recorded dialogue for the songs and for the attraction. WDI, which is Walt Disney Imagineering, traveled to Norway to research architecture, decor, and artifacts, and guests will find their inspiration in the Royal Summer House. The design of the Royal Summer House and the surrounding area is modeled after the traditional Norway cabin in Trondheim. If you're from Norway, please let us know if this reminds you of something in Norway. I'm thinking it's not.
Well, what I love is they've always got to take trips to go see it. We're in the age of Google, kids.
Yeah,
you don't have
virtual reality.
Yeah, you have the ability, and plus, you did all that research to do the stinking movie. Hey, I'm not knocking the guys. I'm just saying we always wonder where all
the
Yeah, where does the money go? It goes to flying a bunch of Imagineers over for 2 or 3 week trips so they could take pictures of stuff that you could easily find on Google. I'm just saying, I've got friends who are in Imagineering, and I've got friends who are animators. I'd love to hear your side of the story.
Part of me wants to see how they're doing this, how they're telling this story, because this is supposed to be a slight extension of where the movie left off to where the next movie is going to begin. That's what I'm hearing. I want to see, are there animatronics in here? Are they just going to, kind of do like the Mexico ride, put up like a screen and show a little clip of a movie? Is it going to be more like Little Mermaid, where there's going to be lots of little trolls that are animatronic? So what did they do? They spent a lot of time on this, right? It's been a year and a half building the thing.
Yeah. Once they got done tearing down
Maelstrom.
Maelstrom. Yeah. But there's not a lot. They had a troll area in Maelstrom. They just turned it into the trolls and the stones, all that stuff, and they still got the little flume drop, I've heard. Mm-hmm. So it'll be very similar. They took out the oil rig and they probably went straight to the castle. So you're probably in the harbor of the castle, like in the end of the movie. So hey, you know what? I'm going to ride it just like everybody else is going to ride it. I'm going to love the crap out of it because that's what I'm supposed to do as a Disney fan, and that's what I will do.
Well, we'll find out.
Hey, if you're a big fan of Zootopia, the Zootopia animated magic shot is now available at Walt Disney World Resort. Zootopia is like a city like no other, comprised of a habitat neighborhoods like Sahara Square or the Rainforest District. It's really a melting pot where animals from every environment live together, a place where anyone can be anything. I just had a funny thought. Anyway, while the city is entirely populated by animals, Disney PhotoPass service has the perfect opportunity for humans to join in on the Zootopia fun when visiting Walt Disney World Resort. Get this animated magic shot featuring Nick Wilde by visiting a Disney PhotoPass photographer at the entrance to the Magic Kingdom Park or on Hollywood Boulevard at Disney's Hollywood Studios. All guests can view animated magic shots in their account before they expire, but you must have an active Memory Maker or Memory Maker one-day entitlement to download and share them online. That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I love what they do. I'm glad they're adding it. We're talking about it.
My annual pass isn't on this new program yet. Is yours? Where you get all the photo?
We did not opt for that option.
Oh, you have? Okay. Yeah, a lot of the annual pass holders are really loving this, photo thing because they get every picture now from every photo pass picture taking anywhere, and they're doing all the magical things and Tinkerbell and whatever. So, actually, our friend Linda posts seems like a weekend.
Every other day, man, it's some kind of picture with some kind of animated thing. She's eat up with that.
Yeah.
Good on you, man. Have fun with that. That's what it's there for.
Okay, so we're getting some more stuff about some things happening at Disney Springs, which is good. There's 3 places opening up. One is Aristocrapes, and these 3 places are not restaurants. They're little kiosks that you'll kind of go up and get food from. So this is like street food, walking food.
That's all I have space for.
So Aristocrapes is one. The other one is the Daily Poutine. And the last one on the list is the BB Wolf's Sausage Company. So let's talk about these. So Aristocrapes, Daily Poutine, and BB Wolf Sausage Company join the lineup at Disney Springs. You can grab a savory crepe over at Aristocrapes. You can have beef with horseradish, cream, red onion, baby spinach, and sharp cheddar. There's a vegetarian pickled with beets, goat cheese, and candied pecans and baby greens. There's a turkey with brie, dried cranberries, and Dijon spread, or a smoked salmon with cream cheese, capers, onions, and the everything bagel topping. So that sounds pretty good. On the sweet side of those, they have a s'mores crepe with marshmallow cream, chocolate sauce, graham cracker crumbs, banana with Nutella, and salted caramel. OMG. They have a key lime cheesecake with white chocolate and chiffon crouton? Really?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, to do like the bottom of the key lime.
Yeah. Okay. Strawberry with Romanoff and chantilly cream and strawberries. You can pair your crepe with wine or tap beer or hard alcohol soda. Not Your Father's hard root beer, which is very good, and Henry's orange soda. I love both. Now we have a place to drink at Disney Springs.
Like there wasn't one before.
Non-alcoholic beverages include frozen Joffrey's, Frap, Mocha, and hot cocoa. Now, that is an interesting twist.
Yeah.
Because I thought that this was a no Joffrey zone because Starbucks had Disney Springs and the parks, and Joffrey's had the resort. So,
well, for the first time in forever, frozen Joffrey's coexist with Starbucks at Disney Springs, so we can all buy their stuff.
So that's interesting. Now, there's a place by me called Union Burger that has poutine. Next up, and last but not least, will be the BB Wolf's Sausage Company. And the BB is the Big Bad Wolf, if you don't get that naming nomenclature there. The Three Little Pigs features a trio of sausage, each with different toppings. The Reuben bacon wrapped with black bean salsa and chili cheese. The Portuguese sausage with the pickled vegetable slaw and chili mustard. sweet hot sausage with peppers, onions, and marinara, and the Bavarian sausage sandwich with a mini meterwurst, braised red cabbage and spicy brown mustard on a pretzel roll, and then the Italian veggie. Come on, Italians don't make veggie nothing. Come on. Yeah, we don't make anything veggie.
Okay.
Listen, our sausage is good. It's not veggie. The Italian veggie sausage with peppers, onions, and marinara, and it can cool off with a draft beer or a fountain soda. Let's see. The Daily Poutine and BB Wolf's will open Disney Springs Town Center on May 15th, and then Aristocrapes will open on May 22nd. I am sensing a meetup in our future.
Oh my God! Just the
one or many of these.
You had me at poutine.
Yeah.
And for those of you out there, the one or two of you living on the other side of Russia who don't know what a poutine is like fries with cheese curds and gravy. There's variations on that theme. That's basically it. And the crazy thing, the exciting thing is we're getting ready to go on our Sarah and I are getting ready to go on our anniversary cruise, and we sail out of Canada. So I'm going to be on a poutine hunt.
Oh, you're gonna get the original poutine.
Yeah, we're sailing out of Vancouver, and I'm like going to be like, we're going to hit the ground, and it's going to be like, get my ass to poutine. That's all I want. Hey, I want a poutine.
Find me some poutine.
That's right. We're going to get in our Uber, and we're going to go poutine, please.
Take me to your poutine master.
Poutine, take me to poutine.
Take me to the poutine master.
We have some rumors, and Tony is going to be aghast when he hears me tell my opinion about this. But we had a rumor that we heard about, we talked about, I didn't think was real. I thought it was so egregious that it couldn't possibly be real. But we've got the rumors confirmed that my beloved Guardians of the Galaxy is going to replace the Tower of Terror at Disney's California Adventure.
Here's the one thing I'm going to say about this. When it happens, I will believe it.
And there's also a rumor of a Captain America launch coaster coming. I'm going to say this up front. I'm going to give you my opinion right up front. I'll be very quick about it because we got to get to the rest of the news. I love Marvel. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't think they need to replace the Tower of Terror. That's just my personal feeling because it's such a beloved ride. I totally get it. We're always changing all that stuff. I just don't like to see them try to shoehorn in Guardians of the Galaxy and piss off a bunch of people because they love Tower of Terror, all for the sake of, quote unquote, saving a few bucks. That's just me.
Right.
We value your opinion. DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com. Hit me up, all that good stuff. But over the last month, we've been hearing a lot of people talking about a possible Guardians of the Galaxy overlay on the Tower of Terror. Supposedly, Disney is looking to opt out of the licensing fees paid for the use of the Twilight Zone franchise in the ride at Disney parks around the globe. As odd as an overlay of Guardians might sound, even though it sounds kind of crazy to me, apparently it isn't. Certain sources are saying that this is absolutely true. We pulled the story, and they basically said that they've heard that it only applies to California Adventure. There's no plans anytime soon to overlay or replace Tower of Terror at Hollywood Studios, especially with Disney and Sony working together on a featured film based on the attraction that also ties into the Tower of Terror franchise.
Right.
Why overlay the California attraction, you ask? For a brand new theme park land for Disney California Adventure Marvel Studios. Marvel Studios would encompass the last true expansion pad for the park. Situated between Hollywoodland and a Bugs Land, this area will be a natural extension of Hollywoodland being a quote-unquote working movie studio. On the lot, guests could find a series of indoor-outdoor meet-and-greet experiences, as well as plenty of shopping and dining. One completely new attraction would greet guests according to current ramblings. One completely new attraction would greet guests according to current ramblings would be a launch coaster featuring Captain America, showcasing elaborate show scenes between coaster ride portions. The other attraction would be one of the two entrances to the new land, which is a Guardians of the Galaxy themed overlay to the existing Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. With the current budgetary mindset at Disney Parks management right now, this makes a lot of sense. If they want to get Marvel quickly into the parks and in a less costly manner, this seems to be a good answer. The Tower of Terror in California has never been as beloved or admired as much as the original attraction in Florida. And as long as an attraction of the same style exists, this person finds it hard to believe that any guest visiting Disneyland Resort would actually care. What would a Guardians of the Galaxy overlay on the tower look like? Who knows? But assuming that there may be some material in the second Guardians of the Galaxy film which might lend itself to this attraction. But until then, we're at a loss. I do have one thought, though. There's lots of times when Peter Quill has been inside the Milano, which is the spaceship, and at the front end of the movie he seems to be crashing. That might be something worth looking into, but I have to agree with you, Tony. Until this actually pans out, I'll take it with a grain of salt. But I can't believe it.
We also understand, we know why they're doing this out there is because they can't do it here because of the agreement with Universal still, right?
Right, exactly.
So yeah, that leads to it being more viable out there. I believe it a little bit more. If you're only going to do it out there, I get that. And yes, our attraction is a little bit better than theirs. We have the whole, you go up in the elevator, goes forward, goes into the shaft. Theirs, you really load and go. So it's two completely different attractions. And I get where, they said, well, yes, us East Coasters have a better version of something finally than them. I also understand the licensing play. Any less money they can pay out to, CBS and the Twilight, license fee. I get that. That saving money is saving money, no matter how you do, right? So
right.
I understand those aspects of this.
Right. Plus, Marvel has a bigger footprint in Disneyland than it does out here, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, for obvious reasons. So, listen, would I love to see this happen and maybe even happen in Florida? Yes, I'd love to. Maybe not with our Tower of Terror, but maybe something else. Would I love to see a Marvel park? Yes, I think that would be interesting. Could it be a fifth gate here in Florida? I'd love to see that happen. We'll see. Nothing is done and nothing is real until it's said, done, and built. And exactly. I'm on it.
Yep.
Seeing is believing, my friends. All right. Some other Disney Springs news. We know that Fulton Crab House is closed for their rehab. Fulton Crab House is coming back, but with a new name. It is coming back with the name Paddlefish. It will no longer be called Fulton's Crab House. So we know the revamp will also include a name change. According to an announcement on April 25th, a statement from the restaurant operator, Levy Restaurants. New decor will happen. A rooftop lounge and an outside bar are also part of the rehab. The menu will offer fresh seafood dishes such as lobster risotto with poached Maine lobster, saffron, Meyer lemon oil. There'll be a red fish with coconut oil, crab broth, tomato, peppers, and ginger, as well as rotating catch of the day. Other fan favorites from Fulton's will return, including the Florida stone crab, thank you, the Alaska king crab, thank you, the queen crab, and the lobster corn dog. And the restaurant will open this fall. And from what I'm hearing, too, is once this reopens, Portobello is going to get their rehab. It may not be as long as a Fulton's rehab, but what I'm hearing is it may not be so much on the inside, but there is the seating area on the outside that they're going to enclose and then build a deck off the back, or a deck bar patio area off the back onto the water. So a lot of things happen. These are both owned by Levi Restaurants. They're sitting right next to each other. And it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't know why the rename. I don't see what's wrong with Fulton's Crab House. It's still going to have crab. I don't know why you want to change the name.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
new name, new image?
Maybe new image, new attitude. Maybe they already have a Battlefish as a chain. I don't know. Maybe. That might be the reason. But, hey, who knows? Why not? Disney Springs used to be Disney.
Downtown Disney.
Yeah, Disney Downtown Disney. But why not? Everybody gets a name change. We're not calling it the Magic Kingdom anymore. We're going to call it that fanciful place of whimsy.
Yeah.
Whatever. So yeah, no, I'm cool. I'm excited. I'm excited by that. I love the idea of adding the deck on the top with the bar. Any time I can get to downtown Disney and just find a place, a nook somewhere, and just sit and hang out, I am absolutely all about that. I think that's a great idea.
I like those places too.
Yeah. So speaking of, we have a rumor.
Oh yeah.
So there's a Star Wars themed dinner club coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios. So Disney's released a brand new artist rendering, which further cements their plan to build an immersive table service experience at Star Wars Land. No details like name or what the menu might be. And apparently we're still all operating with the name of Star Wars Dining Experience, which it will not be that when it opens, I'm sure.
Right.
When I first saw the headline for Star Wars themed dinner club, I'm thinking Star Wars D20 or Club 33, Star Wars Club 33, and I got all excited. And then I read it and I was like, it's just a restaurant.
Yeah.
That turned into
If there's one rumor that has to happen for Star Wars Land, it's a restaurant, a cantina, a restaurant. There's got to be something. There's got to be food involved, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't want to try and eat food from another planet? I mean, if Disney was really smart about this, they would really make, I know they have the food lab that they built recently, and I hear a lot of great things are happening there, but they should really make food. They should really surprise us. It should be ugly, like it's from another planet. We don't know what it is, but then we should be surprised that, oh, it's lobster, or it's, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They should really play with our heads.
Right. Absolutely. Because, when I think a restaurant experience like that, I immediately start thinking of either the Three Broomsticks or, the Leaky Cauldron down the road. And they did do some incredible things. Butterbeer had never existed.
Yeah.
Pumpkin juice had never existed. Well, pumpkin juice had, but their pumpkin juice had not. Their ice cream. I got to talk to the chef about how they created the flavors of the ice cream, and they had to bring them into J.K. Rowling and have her sign off on all those flavors.
Yeah, sure.
Imagine what it would be like having to take these new creations to George Lucas to say, "Hey, this is what we think blue milk tastes like. This is what we think that the alcoholic beverages from the cantina will taste like."
Right.
We have to be able to make them here on Earth, obviously, but we can make them look different and we could do so much if Disney would just open up the creativity.
Was there ever food shown or named in the Star Wars movies that, was there ever a scene where somebody said, well, pass me the blah, blah, blah?
No, the only reason we call it blue milk is because they had milk, a milky looking substance, and it was blue. And that's why they called it blue milk.
Yeah. Like in Star Trek, there was, all the Vulcan food, and there's, they had meals and they had things that, we could, mimic today if we had to. But, Star Wars, I don't remember anything being named.
No, they didn't, for such.
Or even when they were in the cantina, I don't even remember saying somebody, go get me a,
Yeah, no.
a Yak and Yeti drink.
Any of the great details that came out of Star Wars had nothing to do with the movies. It came out of the books that people wrote afterwards. Yeah, and now that Disney's basically pushed all that other stuff aside, now we have new books of canon Star Wars stories. I'm finishing up Aftermath, the first one, and there's I don't remember. There's a couple of drinks named because it takes place there's a lot of it takes place in a bar, but no food items, and that's just one of those things where the Imagineers, the people who are like in the food lab, they just need to be let loose. And if it doesn't work, screw the menu. Well, okay, we'll go back to mac and cheese.
Right. But it was like the poop that they made over at the Animal Kingdom. They tried it. It was out there for a while, and then they got rid of it. So, but I think they need to really make it, and maybe it should be, some of it would be funny if it's, dehydrated, whatever, like you would give to an astronaut.
Right.
We have to rehydrate it with some water.
Right.
I don't know. I think they really need to have some fun and go crazy with it. All right. We want to bring you some information about the Wishes Fireworks Dessert Party. I think this is still a very good deal for what you're getting. I think the amount of, it's an all-you-can-eat dessert. Really can't go wrong with that. But this is what we're hearing. So the Wishes Firework Dessert Party is taking over the Magic Kingdom Fast Pass area. Remember we told you a week ago or 2 weeks ago that they were getting rid of all the Fast Passes for the parades and the firework viewing areas?
Right.
Well, they're gone, and this is what they're using them for. So Disney is expanding the elbow room for guests who are attending the Wishes Dessert Party in the Magic Kingdom. They're using the area that was designated for Fast Passes is now for the dessert party. So effective immediately, guests who take advantage of the same-day booking for this premium event will move into the Main Street Plaza area gardens when the fireworks begin. Guests who book their Wishes Dessert Party in advance can choose to stay at the Tomorrowland Terrace near the food, which I would do, or go to the fireworks viewing area. And join the other guests in the garden. That's the way it is. I still think it's very hard to get a ticket to this event in advance. So maybe the only way that you can do it is the walk up. And now that they've expanded, it may be interesting. Right. The price for this experience is $59 for adults and $35 for children. I'd give it a shot. I really enjoyed it. I really did. And here's the other thing too. That if you can book in advance, and it'll be interesting how they determine, who has to go and who gets to stay. Maybe different color wristbands, I assume, is how they're going to determine that. Is if you stay in the Tomorrowland Terrace, you got a seat. You don't have to stand for the fireworks or sit on the floor. Which
I hope that they've come up with a way to put some chairs and tables out. They're bringing food out. You might as well put some tables and chairs out. That just doesn't seem right. If
somebody does this and does the, gets the garden view, you'll have to come and let us know. Email us, DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com or bang us up on Twitter at DisneyPodcaster.com. So I'd like to find out. Maybe we'll just have to try it. Not obviously during the summer, but maybe we'll have to try it.
Maybe. Yeah. All right. And finally, our last piece of news talks about Mother's Day. Guys, Mother's Day is right around the corner. If you're a Disney Vacation Club member, boy, do we have a great opportunity for you. In celebration of Mother's Day, Disney Vacation Club members and their guests are invited to a very special brunch on May 8th, 2016, honoring some of our favorite superheroes, our moms. This special event is inspired by the Disney Pixar film, The Incredibles, and Mrs. Incredible herself, of course. Even the event highlights are as follows. This event is brimming with fun for the entire family. It includes an incredible mom pledge led by Disney ambassador. Families are invited to participate in an oath to honor and love their mothers. Appearances by some characters from The Incredibles. An event photographer will be on hand to capture your special moments with them and provide you with a complimentary take-home photo. A Mother's Day card making station. Supplies will be available for kids to create a keepsake card just for their moms. An incredible mom song on the spot. A strolling musician will chat with families during brunch and improvise a song honoring the moms in the room. So if you want to know when and where this is going to take place, it's going to be on Sunday, May 8th, 2016, which is Mother's Day, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Disney's Contemporary Resort in the Fantasia Ballroom. Now, pricing is $53.95 plus tax and gratuity for adults, or $29.95 plus tax and gratuity for the kiddies. Bookings already open and reservations are required. Space is limited, so be sure to book early. Call our member services at 800-800-9-800 for your reservations. This is really cool. I dig this.
Yeah, good thing. Yeah, that'll be fun. We'll have to, I really hope the Four Seasons does that Father's Day thing again. That was really good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to see that they're doing this. What was the thing I was going to say about this, though? All right, I think that's it, John. We have anything else?
I don't have anything else. I just want to encourage everybody to, if you're listening to us on iTunes, to like us, give us a review. If you're listening to us on any of the podcatcher things, your Google Plays, your Spotify even has their thing out now. Or, if you're listening via any of those devices, please like us, review us, let us know that you're listening and what you'd like to hear. And we would love to hear what you think. You can shoot us an email over at disneyparkspodcast@gmail.com. You can find us over on Facebook and Twitter. Use the links in the show notes. Come find us. Buy a copy of Tony's book, buy a copy of my book. That's pretty much all the plugging I can do for one evening.
Yeah, that's enough plugging. And as we say around here, kiddies, we'll see you in the parks.
The Disney Parks Podcast is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company. All Disney parks, attractions, lands, shows, event names, etc. are registered trademarks of the Walt Disney Company.
Like a boat out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through.